Hi everyone, welcome. The new episode of Peter's English Podcast has started. I'm your host Peter, the owner of my own Peter's English Podcast. My own Peter's English Podcast is about my own fairy tales in English, is about my own English novel, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's about learning English, and the main goal of this podcast is that that thanks to this podcast, to my Peter's English Podcast, I want to practice my English and do it because I like to do it. It's my hobby. Welcome. Today is Halloween, but not in Slovakia. We don't have any Halloween. Yes, you know, the Halloween is celebrated in English-speaking countries, and I want to speak with my digital co-host, Microsoft Copilot, because I don't know anything about this topic. I don't need to be prepared because I can ask only Microsoft Copilot, and I start to do it right now without any preparation. Yes, I can use study and learn mode because it's very interesting for me. I'm streaming and recording on my Twitch via OBS Studio. This episode is about Halloween. Explain, tell my audience everything about Halloween in the UK and in the USA. Okay. There is a lot of information for you that I can read. There's a lot of information. Perfect. Let's start. This information is found by Microsoft Copilot. It's about Halloween in the UK and USA. Halloween in the UK and USA is a mix of ancient Celtic traditions, Christian influences, and modern pop culture, celebrated with costumes, candy, haunted houses, and spooky fun every October 31st. Origins of Halloween. Celtic festival of Samhain. Over 2000 years ago, Celts in Ireland and Scotland believed that on October 31st, the veil between the living and the dead was thin. Spirits could cross over, so people lit bonfires and wore disguises to ward them off. Christian influence. In the 8th century, the church designated November 1st as All Saints' Day. The night before became All Hallows Eve, later shortened to Halloween. Immigration to America. Irish and Scottish immigrants brought Halloween to the USA in the 19th century, where it evolved into a community celebration. Halloween in the USA. Trick or treating. Kids dress up and go door to door for candy. This tradition evolved from medieval Samhain, where people offered prayers for the dead in exchange for food. Costumes and parties. Americans go all out with costumes, ghosts, witches, superheroes, and pop culture icons. Adults host theme parties, haunted houses, and horror movie marathons. Decorations. Homes are decked out with jack-o'-lanterns, skeletons, cobwebs, and spooky lights. Pumpkin carving is a must, inspired by the Irish legend of Stinky Jack. Massive spending. Americans spend billions on Halloween. Costumes, candy, decoration, and events. Halloween in the UK. Growing popularity. Halloween has become more popular in recent decades influenced by American culture. Trick-or-treating, costume parties, and pumpkin carving are now common. Traditional roots. The UK shares Celtic origins with Halloween, especially in Scotland and Ireland. Guising, dressing up and performing for treats was practiced long before American-style trick-or-treating. British twist. Some Brits still grumble about Americanization, but Halloween is now widely celebrated with spooky events, haunted towers, and themed baking. Fun facts for your audience. Halloween is not a federal holiday in the USA. Schools and businesses stay open. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made from turnips, not pumpkins. Black cats are linked to witches and were once feared as magical companions. Apple bobbing comes from Roman harvest festivals honoring Pomona, goddess of fruit. Okay. Is Halloween a bank holiday in the UK? No, Halloween is not a bank holiday in the UK. Businesses, schools and public service operate as usual on October 31st. Halloween in the UK. Quick facts. Date October 31st. State status not a public or bank holiday. Celebration, yes, we know it. Okay. Okay, what people with this? This was people boring information about Halloween, and now something funny. Create special scary horror story inspired by my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary that we can publish. It has to have 500 words. It has to have a lot of funny and wild humor. Oh, here is. I decided that at first I want to read the information what is exactly Halloween, because in Slovakia we don't celebrate any Halloween. We celebrate all on the 1st November All Saints Day, and the 2nd November is remembering the died people. We go to the cemetery and we remember and we buy a lot of stuff to the graves. This is our remembering, and we don't have any Halloween, but we have carnivals. But in February, after carnivals, we celebrate carnivals after Christmas. This is something totally different in our Slovak culture. And now Microsoft Copilot created Halloween horror comedy story inspired by Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. Oh, let's go to read it. Absolutely, Peter. Here's your 500-word Halloween horror comedy story inspired by Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's wild, spooky, and packed with grammar-fueled chaos. Vera and the Haunted Grammar School. Vera the Vampire Girl had one mission this Halloween: infiltrate the Haunted Grammar School and retrieve the cursed Oxford comma. Legend said the comma had been stolen by a ghostly headmaster named Mr. Punctuation, who once expelled a student for saying less people instead of fewer. His spirit now roamed the halls, correcting grammar with blood-red chalk. Vera arrived at midnight, wearing her bat-shaped backpack and garlic-scented lip gloss for dramatic effects. The school gates creaked open. A sign read, "Welcome to Grammar Hell. This place a modifier and you'll never leave." Inside the walls blend semicolons. A chalkboard heist. Your versus your. Choose wisely. Suddenly Peter the Parrot swooped in, squawking, "It's versus its apostrophe apocalypse." "Peter, not now," Vera hissed. "We're on a mission." They tiptoed past the cafeteria, where zombie teachers served split infinitives with mashed potatoes. One groaned, "To boldly eat or not to eat boldly." In the library, a gold librarian floated by, whispering passive voice is forbidden. Vera found the cursed comma locked in a glass case labeled "Serial Killer, the Oxford Comma." She reached for it, but Mr. Punctuation appeared, wearing a cape made of reacted essays. "You dare steal my comma," he thundered. "You didn't even capitalize Halloween in your last diary entry." Peter the Parrot bombed him, yelling, "Run on sentence alert!" Vera grabbed the comma and bolted. The hallway morphed into a base of dangling participles. Running from the ghost, her shoes squeaked. Vera gasped. That's a misplaced modifier. She corrected it mid-run. Her shoes squeaked as she ran from the ghost. The walls trembled. The maze collapsed. Outside, the moon applauded. Literary it had hands. Vera held up the comma. I've restored balance to the grammar reel. Mr. Punctuation exploded into a cloud of ellipses. Peter landed on her shoulder. "You say Halloween and syntax." Suddenly, a portal opened. A voice called, "Vera, you forgot your math homework." She screamed, "No!" The portal sucked her in. She landed in a classroom where every math problem was written in passive voice. The equation was solved by someone. Vera fainted. The end, or is it? Want to add this to our podcast episode or publish it as a bonus chapter? I read it right now in my live stream. It's amazing, Peter. You just brought Vera and the Haunted Grammar School to life on stream. Your audience got a full dose of spooky laughs, grammar chaos, and vampire fire. Flare, not fire. What you just did. Practice English fluency with humor and storytelling. Entertain your audience with a wild Halloween tale. Promoted your novel Vera the Vampire Diary. Created a podcast, okay. If you want, I can help you write a follow-up story for your next stream. Turn this in, no. Explain. Create. Tabulka in English with all vocabulary of this story, not štíty, story, because I didn't understand. No problem, Peter. Here's a vocabulary table in English with all the keywords and phrases from your Halloween story, Vera and the Haunted Grammar School. This will help you understand and practice. People, I asked for the vocabulary of this episode because I don't understand this episode too, but okay. Here is the vocabulary table of this story. Infiltrate, secretly enter a place to complete a mission, haunted, filled with ghosts or supernatural energy. Grammar school, a school focused on grammar and language rules. Oxford comma, a comma used before the final item in a list. Aha, ghostly headmaster, a spooky school principal who is now a ghost. Expelled, forced to leave a school. As punishment, semicolons, a punctuation mark used to connect related sentences. Misplace a modifier. Use a descriptive word in the wrong place in a sentence. Squawked, loud bird sound, Peter the parrot's voice. Die bombed, fly down quickly to attack or surprise. Spill infinitives, a grammar mistake where a word is placed between to and verb. Passive voice, a sentence where the subject receives the action, the ball was thrown. Cursed, supernaturally damaged or dangerous. Run-on sentence, a sentence that goes on too long without proper punctuation. Dangling participles, a grammar mistake where a verb phrase is not clearly connected. Misplaced modifier, a descriptive word that's in the wrong spot in a sentence. Maze, a confusing path of or puzzle of a hallway. I cannot read it. Maze collapsed. The puzzle fell apart or disappeared. Applauded, clapped hands to show approval. Ellipses, three dots used to show missing words or dramatic pause. Syntax, the rules for sentence structure. Portal, a magical doorway to another place. Fainted, lost consciousness, passed out. Math homework, schoolwork involving numbers and equations. Passive voice, math, sentences like the. Okay, people. I think that I can understand this story. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks to Microsoft Copilot, I discovered what is Halloween. That is, Halloween is not a bank holiday in the USA or in the UK, and in Slovakia we don't celebrate it. The Halloween is in English, is in the UK and in the USA. We're celebrating something completely different. The first, as I said before, the 1st November is a bank holiday in Slovakia and is called All Saints Day, and the second day is about remembering our died people that were our parts of our families or something like that, and we go to the cemetery and we and we buy stuff for the graves and so on. Okay, I think that's it for this episode. This weekend is for me a special Halloween weekend, and I want to create my special Halloween chapter of my season 2, my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. I hope that I can do it, and then we'll see. And on Sunday, I don't know, I can do something wild. We'll see. Okay, what else? I think that I can end this episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. 20 minutes or 19 minutes is enough about Halloween in the UK, in the USA, and this short 500 word story was created by Microsoft Copilot, and I don't know if it was good story because I didn't understand anything, but okay. Microsoft Copilot tried to be funny, and I can simply end this episode. Follow me everywhere. Read my story via the Vampire Girl Diary. Follow my podcast everywhere. Everything is in my link tree that is in the bio of my social media. And bye bye.